It's the Mike Tyson you've never seen.
He's just a real stand-up guy.
The Mike Tyson you didn't know existed.
I was a 14-year-old kid, man. I was knocking out grown men.
But the Mike Tyson that he says, good, bad, or ugly, is his authentic self.
I'm a pretty raw individual periodically, I guess, you know. I don't know. That's what I want to be. That's why I was taught to be raw. My mother and her friends are sex workers. And I wasn't many men in the house. So I was never really around men. I was around a lot of women when I was young.
When you say sex worker, you mean
like
prostitute?
Yeah. Well, you know, politically correct is sex workers now.
Do you think that seeing your mother be a sex worker and the other women, do you think that's what some people would say you didn't treat women
100%.
with respect?
There's no doubt about that, I didn't understand a commitment to like a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, because you have to understand, every man I met, even because they were all chauvinistic. You know, they believe they're superior than women and this and that. That's the world I grew up in.
It's stories like that Mike Tyson hopes will pack the theater here at the MGM Grand Las Vegas. He understands some of this is raw, even jaw-dropping, but it's his life, what he calls his undisputed truth. Are you intimidated at all? Are you afraid at all to do this?
I'd be afraid not to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think I was born to do this.
Tyson says he's putting himself at center stage so people can get to know the man he is today instead of the controversial figure known for violence in and out of the ring. The truth is, I was a little nervous today because, yes, that's the image. I was a fan of you boxing, but the image is this tough, mean, rough, sometimes dangerous man.
I was very successful in my job, making you think that.
Well, can I ask you this? Because you talked about how you went to prison and you talked about that here. What did you learn from that experience?
I was never at peace with myself. I was never comfortable in my skin, you know, because of things I've seen as a kid. And I grew up in a real violent, dysfunctional household, and that's all I've seen is violence and dysfunctional and murder and all that stuff. And that's just really a big burden to handle. I really didn't like myself because of the things that I've seen.
I asked Tyson about the rape conviction and how he feels today about Desiree Washington, the woman who accused him.
I should have never met this woman and talked to her, but I was just a young kid at the time and she's never been in that situation.
A situation Tyson says he actually learned a great deal from, and one of many harsh life lessons he revisits in his stage show. Some people will say, you have lived 9 lives already, sir.
Probably. You know, maybe I lived 9 lives, or I learned how to live life. You know, maybe I just didn't get it right.